welcome to the Confidence Faith podcast. My name is Samantha or Dr. Sam, and I'm your relationships coach and consultant. I almost forgot. And I want to help you in love, life, or business rediscover yourself or your business so that you can change the world. So, how is this even possible? Well, today is July 4th, Independence Day. And the best part about Independence Day is that it comes from being different. So when I look at Independence Day and I'm watching fireworks, I'm thinking about how different we are, how different our cultures are, how different our personalities are. But on the exterior, we're all the same. So we have bodies, we have feelings, we have identity, we have location, we have countries, we have cities. We have these basic principles together, and that's what really unites us. So today, what I want to talk about with Confidence Faith, July 4th, freedom, and just really booming into who you're supposed to be, is that when you know who you are, when you found you again, that's when you're free. That's when you're rediscovered. That's when you can go out and change the world. And why? It's because you embrace the uniqueness. You embrace what's more than just these basic content pieces that create who you are, where you are, what you're trying to do, why you're doing it. One time I heard it was a show and it was dealing with autistic people. And when I don't know how to say it, when non-neurodivergent people, I don't know how you say it properly, but when people are normally asked, what do you do? We say, oh, I own a business or I work for this company. But when this young man was asked who had autism, what do you do? He said, I bring light and happiness to the world. Now that is depth. And that is what independence, freedom, finding yourself through rediscovery is. It's not attaching yourself to these casting things that we fall into, that we categorize ourselves in, that we look for. Normally, we're all feeling lost, stuck, broken, unloved, without our light, confused, wanting more, don't know how to do it. Why is it always going wrong? We're so caught up in these questions, but masking it with, well, what's the coolest thing that's out? What's going to make me feel pretty? What's going to band-aid the true situations I have? And what I do is I'm saying, let's look at the true situations. Let's look at the band-aids and let's look at where you really should be. Let's look at what skill sets you have. How does it align with your past? How does it bring your uniqueness out? Do you remember when you were a kid? You'd probably be like, I'm here to be a butterfly. Why? Because something about flying calls you, something about just being around life calls you, smelling flowers, being in nature. And then you go to school and we go to college and we do this and that. And then who has time for flowers? Rediscovery is saying, I have these responsibilities, but I will no longer omit my flowers. It's saying, I have been pretending and band-aiding this part of who I am, but no longer will I, because I'm going to separate myself from that falsity, from that ego stance, from that entertainment purposes only me. And I will live here because that's what I deserve. I deserve to be better. I deserve to fulfill my dreams. I deserve to be loved and be loved in return. And a lot of people feel that this statement means that their dreams should come true. In a perfect world, they would. But here's the thing, when it comes to blessings, when it comes to pursuing things, you have to also understand that there are other people involved. So, for instance, if I'm giving an assignment to say something random to you, like, hey, where's your ball? And in that moment, it has been placed in the context of time that I would say, oh, it's over here. And then all of a sudden, I see an ant, which scares me, which causes me to accidentally bump into this person. This person and I start talking, and that person actually owns a business that collaborates with what I need done in my own business. But if that person is like, ooh, I probably shouldn't say that, that'll be kind of weird because they don't know me. oh, I probably should just wait a little bit. And they wait and you pack up your stuff and you leave. That person's impact, your small impact on somebody else's life causes a shift. Now, you didn't bump into that person. You didn't get to say the thing. You didn't have this happen. And when we look to pursue our dreams, it is not as a moment of discouragement that I offer this insight, but it's a moment of understanding how sometimes things take time, how sometimes things need more than just you. And I'll tell you from personal experience, it doesn't feel good to hear that because it's almost as if saying, well, then why should I dream? Why should I look? Why should I do more? Because that's how we became free. That's why people are dying, listening to bombs going off, because they have a dream too. We had a dream as pilgrims and pioneers to do, to be more, to live out what others couldn't understand, to avoid persecution of who we felt we were. And every place strives for that because every place deals with people who are unique, who are independent, who not necessarily are independent from their culture, but who are independent in the sense that they were given gifts, God-given gifts that carry them, that seed in their heart that cries to be nurtured. And when you're going through these points to try and make yourself new, to rediscover who you are, don't be surprised if you get tripped. Don't be surprised if you get tempted to go back to the old you. Don't be surprised if things get hard. Do you think it was easy to sail across those waters from England over here? Like uncharted territories? No. Do you think it was easy for the Midwest or even the people who came here to say, I'm going to expand further into territory I don't know? No phones, no email, no fax. You write a hand letter. Dear John, I heard you can help me do this. 3 weeks later, yes, I can. How can I help you? 3 weeks later, I need to get from this city to this city. Can you help me? What days do you have available? 3 weeks later, I have this date and this date. I will see you then. Or another one that says, great, I'll choose this date after 3 weeks and I'll see you then. Now, that's like months of preparation. And in our instant world, we feel today that because we believe it, because we build that website, because we say we're going to change, that it should just happen off the bat. And it's really not true. To get to freedom, you can't lie. To get to freedom, you have to be honest with who you are, where you are, and what you're unhappy with. When you pursue freedom, please be also aware that people are not going to understand because the dream was not given to them. In your pursuit of freedom, my biggest advice is to keep it to yourself and maybe to one or two close people. If you have like a little group, maybe them. When people don't understand, they perceive it within the box that they have. Your rediscovery is not saying you're not good enough for me. Your rediscovery is not saying this lifestyle isn't good enough for me. Your rediscovery is not saying I'm better than you. Your rediscovery is saying I'm better than the me I was a moment ago. I'm better than the me I was 2 months ago. I'm better than the me that I was before when I was stuck in that wounded space, when I cried by myself at night, when I longed for God to be near me because all I could feel is there was more. I'm here because I've been through it. I'm sharing this because I've been through it. I know what it takes. I know where it's been. And everyone's situations are different, you know? But guess what? That casting is essentially the same. And that's what I can help you with. That's what I'm looking to really strive with you to go to. Your business, they have the same cast. An idea with a person having to build it and be rejected. And how do you branch from that? And then it's negative are positive. Then you get more people if you're scaling. And then you have to develop external perception to a mass market if you're scaling even more. And finally, are you at the epitome or are you still trying to go further? And you have more people and you have more individuals and you have all of these people striving for freedom. Freedom of finances, freedom of time, freedom of judgment, freedom of knowing their skill set's good enough. They're striving for freedom. And today on July 4th, I want to let you know that you can still continue to strive for freedom. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But what I would like to suggest is that you strive for authentic freedom. Not the freedom that your friends say is cool, not the freedom that someone has put into your mind will make you better, not the freedom that says, hey, I'm going to go to the next level and then I'm going to pursue more. I'll go to the next level and then I'm going to pursue more. Not selfish, nothing but authentic freedom based in love that embraces you for who you were, who you are, the decisions you've made, but also puts a path in front of you. I am so impulsive about what I'm offering because I know what it's like to be here and I know what it's like to be on the other side. I understand from various perspectives, and I know that if you could get a chance to see the other side, it would make it easier to say, I can say yes to this one moment. You could have more peace. You could have more energy, more family time. You could have better purpose. You could have, excuse me, a clearer identity. You or your business could serve more people without feeling as if you're doing a disservice to yourself. There's so much more that I could share, but you have to reach out because the free stuff, the blog, the videos, the the newsletters, they only go so far. They truly do. And there's a point where you start to say it's the same thing or it's not deep enough or it's not meeting me, it's not carrying me. That's because there's a new level that you've got to get to. It's discovery is not like one thing and like that's it. So in Spanish they have two words, encontrar and descubrir. Encontrar is to find. It's to find something that was already there. Descubrir is to discover something that was not there before. It sounds kind of weird, but it's like you can find your shirt, but Columbus found America. If I'm making any sense, if I'm resonating, today's July 4th, 2025, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get four people. I am trying to solve only four people's problems. And I want to do it because you deserve freedom. You deserve peace of mind. And you deserve a way. And if it takes four people to get more people to understand this, then let's get those testimonies out. Let's get those speeches out. Let's get the validation out that this isn't rediscovery, isn't some woo-woo talk. It's something real and it's something for you. So I'm going to leave these things in the description. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. I'm going to ask you to even share the video because when you're worried about it, there are at least five other people worried about it too. So why not be a help? Why not change the world with people that you know, people that you care about? What if your whole family needed a new path? Well, I'm here for that too. So what I'm saying is today, July 24th, July 4th, 2025, reach out. That's it. Just say, I got a problem. I got a stumbling block. I've got an issue. I want you to help me. And let's go from there. One choice. And I hope you enjoyed the fireworks today because they're normally amazing. And I hope you have a great time around your family. If you don't celebrate it because of the historical connection to it, remember that you can also perceive it as being grateful for what you have, knowing there needs to be more, but knowing that there are so many other people who wish that they were still in your position. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm super excited for you. I am going to talk to y'all soon, and I hope you have a lovely 4th of July. I'll talk to y'all later.